Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on a Soul Sisters Diary. Now on this channel I offer DIYs on natural hair care, skin care, and just overall feminine health. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video. Now in today's video, I'm going to show you how I take care of my mini twists while they are installed. I just installed these mini twists about 2 weeks ago because we are on an 8-week mini twist challenge here on the channel. Now please excuse these nails. There's about 3 or 4 nails that are still hanging on for dear life. I tried to remove them before I started this video, but they were not having it. Just like these edges, they are hanging on for dear life. Okay, now you do see that my edges are a little thin, and that is due to wearing hair extensions. Half of my life I wore these extensions. When I wanted braids, I would install them because I thought, like most black women, that they would grow my hair, that they are protective style, right? Well, for me, that is not the case. They actually thin out my hair. So I've been using different Ayurvedic products to grow back and thicken my hair. So if you look in the back, you're going to see that the nape, around the nape of my head, my hair is a little different with the consistency. It's a little finer back there, but just overall my hair is getting thicker. The parts are not straight. That's okay. I use my hands, to kind of like feel and part, but that's okay, because in today's video, it's not about the parts. It's actually about a rinse that I use when I have these installed. So I'm going to give you the ingredients that we use. I'm going to show you how I use it. And yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. So we're going to start off with some clove water and rosemary water. We're going to add aloe vera juice to that. And we're going to also add MSM powder. Now when locking all of the moisture in, we're going to use a jojoba oil to do that. And don't forget to have your gloves and plastic cap. So now when we're mixing this, I usually, when using the MSM powder, I like to use about 2 to 3 spoonfuls of the MSM powder. Now we're going to mix that all up and we're going to shake it. We're just going to shake, 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 shake. We're going to keep shaking until we don't see any of the aloe vera pulp or the MSM powder floating around in the bottle. So when you're done, it should kind of look something like this. Now we're going to put the blue gloves on, and the reason we like to use the gloves is so that we don't get our hair caught into our fingernails, we don't snag it, and that's the clips we're going to use to section off our hair. Now working in sections is good too, so that you can get the moisture in, you can get the product in, you're not working with too much hair. So it's good even with short hair to section off your hair with the clips. And like I said, the gloves is just so you're not making too much of a mess, you're not getting it all over your hands, and it's not really wet, and your fingernails are not snagging your hair. That is a good way to retain length. So I just go ahead and I section, try to get as many of these braids as I can get, and I pull them all around and just snap them off with the clip. Now I love these clips. These clips are, I think they're called dragon claws or something, but I love these with the shortness of my hair as it is now. They're just easy to grab all of the mini twists. So I'm gonna do about 3 sections. Some people do 4, but for now, with the shortness of my hair, I am sticking with 3. Okay, I find that that's just easier for me. 3 is good. I don't need too many sections because my hair is not really long, so I don't need to put too much of the product in, right? So yes, there we go. So now I'm just gonna start taking out the sections so that I can start applying the product. So I'm gonna spray this on my scalp, and usually I like to, just kind of rub it in. This is why we use the gloves, so that when I'm doing this, my fingernails do not snag my hair. I will pick up the pieces and just go through, each layer of the braids and just spray the liquid onto each area of the scalp. Spraying directly onto the scalp is great for hair growth. I make sure I get around the edges, and then I start massaging my hair. I massage the scalp. I massage it very well because massaging is good for circulation. It encourages blood flow to the scalp, which equals hair growth. So just massage up at the top. Make sure you get through each mini twist. If it's braids that you're wearing, make sure you massage through each braid. But I do this even if I don't have mini twists, braids, any protective style installed. I still massage my scalp with any product or rinse that I'm using. And then I just like to clamp down on those twists. I'll spray a little bit on the outside and then just keep clamping down on those twists, and that is getting the product into the hair strands, in the follicles, the cuticles. It's getting that moisture into the strands of the hair, because once we start putting the oil on, we're gonna lock in and seal in all of this moisture. We're getting the goodness. We're getting the goodness of the MSM, the goodness of the cloves, the goodness of the rosemary. In this natural care journey, this is what we want to do. We want to make sure we are loving our hair. We are getting all of that product in, and then, just keep clamping down, just keep massaging, keep working it on through. And you're going to see that the ends of your hair might curl up. My tips, that just shows how healthy the hair is. And my hair is really fine and thin, so I have never really had this much curl definition with my hair being natural. So this is great for me. This is a great step in the right direction. Look how full those edges are becoming. Looking great. And I'm noticing that one side of my hair, the edges are kind of thicker and fuller than the other. So then we take this jojoba oil, like I said, and we're going to start sealing in all of this moisture. So I like to put it on my scalp. I like to start in that middle part. I don't know why, but I always just start off right there. And then I just go through each little section and put as much oil. Now, I do not oversaturate my hair with this oil because, again, my hair is fine and it will take in a lot of product. It'll take in a lot of moisture, and then it'll be oversaturated. We'll have too much wetness, too much product, and that's just no good. It's like it won't be effective if it's too much and it's weighed down by product and moisture. So then I just make sure, like I said, I'm going through each strand, each piece, each quadrant, if you want to call it, each little piece of braid, and then I'm just making sure that I'm sealing in that moisture, sealing in the spray that we put on our hair. So just keep going through and massaging it a little bit, tapping it, working it on through. And again, this is the importance of the gloves, because it's just really more cleaner, neater, sanitary. Our hands are dirty, so putting our hands directly on our hair could, it's just not as effective as using the gloves for me. To each his own, but for me, the gloves are better. So then I just kind of like to pat it in. I like to pat dry, I'm sorry, not pat dry, but just seal in that moisture with patting in the product and just really just getting it in my hair. I'm loving my hair at this moment. I'm taking care of it. I'm super slow with everything, taking my time. I'm suggesting, if you have somewhere to be, if you have something to do not do this process, because you should really be taking your time when working this in. So I like to just put it on back into this section. So I'm gonna gather all of the twists back together, and then I'm just gonna clamp it on back down with that claw, and I'm gonna work to the next section. And we're basically gonna do the same thing that we did with the first section. So I just start off by kind of putting some of the product that is already on the gloves. That's another great reason for having the gloves. And then I'm just going to start spraying in my moisture into the scalp area again, going through each area, each quadrant, each section of the braid, getting the edges. Now this side of my hair is a little thinner than the other, the edges and my hair in general. It's a little thinner on this side, and it's not as long on this side either. So you kind of can notice that if you're really paying attention. Some people say they don't notice it. Sweet Pea, no, we don't notice that, but I do. So again, I just start massaging it through, just, working it in, clamping in that moisture, taking my time, going through each strand, each mini twist. and just working it through, massaging it. Again, the gloves, this is a great need for gloves when doing this, because now I'm not getting all of the, I'm getting the product in my edges, and I'm not getting the hair. I'm not snagging all of the hair. And look at those ends. They just look great. Look at the tips. So curly. Now my hair looks curly even in these mini twists, but I guarantee you, just trust me, they are still locked. These are still mini twists. Now some people say they just look like little curls, but little strands of curls, but no, they are mini twists. It's just that my hair is curly, so even when damp or wet, it kind of like still curls up, even with in a mini twist or a mini braid. So then again, I'm just going to put the jojoba oil, sealing in that moisture, locking in that moisture with the oil, not neglecting any area of my hair, any area of the head. I'm just putting it on the tips, I'm putting it on the edges, I'm clamping it in again, and yeah. So I'm just working in that product, I'm massaging it in, and I'm just taking my time. I'm loving on my hair, and I'm thinking all good thoughts when doing this. Like I said, when you're taking care of your hair, you want to make sure that you have time. You don't want to be rushing, because, you really need to take time when doing your hair. So then I just start clamping, and then we're going to get into the massage again, because of course massaging is great. Massaging is good for the scalp. That's that blood flow that we're encouraging, the circulation that we want to encourage to the scalp, because again, that equals hair growth. And I'm just going to keep doing my little massage, and I like to get, now with my hair being short, I really like to make sure I'm patting it down as much as possible. I'm really getting all of that product and moisture and sealing it in, because this is going to last me for a week. I'm not going to have to put any more product or anything in my hair for a week. So now I'm going to work to the back, and I'm going to do the same thing with the back. I'm going to spray. Now, because I can't see what is going on back here, I kind of just have to feel my way through it and try not to put too much product. But my hair is extremely dry in the back. It's more drier in the back than in the front or the sides. So I try to get as much moisture back there as I can, because we lay on the back of our hair, like when we're at night, when we're sleeping, even with your cap on, you still lay on the back of your head. So I think that's probably why it's more dry back there. So I like to massage it through. I like to really work more with this section in the back with the clamping as much as I can, because like I said, I tend to get dry back there. So again, I'm going to follow and lock in that moisture, seal in that moisture with the jojoba oil, getting all in the scalp, getting all between those areas as best as I can, since I cannot see what is going on back here. Again, girls, do not judge me. My parts, they were not parting, okay? They are just there, okay? But it is what it is, okay? And the parts did what they had to do for these twists, all right? Now, even when my hair is in this wet stage, the twists are still there. It doesn't look like, to you, it might look like it's all one big curl, like there's no twist there, but I assure you there are twists back there. It just looks like my hair is out and it's curly, but it's not. The ends of my hair kind of come undone a little bit when my hair gets wet like this. So once I get done with all of this and it dries, usually I'll go through and kind of twist the ends up again, just to kind of give some definition to the mini twist. But I assure you those twists are there, okay? So then I'm just going to lock it all back up, section it back off with the claw, and yeah, that's the end of that. So after we have it all done, we're gonna put on our cap, and we're gonna leave the cap on for about 15 to 20 minutes. So what can we do in those 20 minutes? Well, I like to eat a nice cup of yogurt. A nice cup of strawberry Yoplait yogurt is very, very good for women. It is great for gut health. Now we mix it up, and that first taste is yummy, nice and cold. There's nothing like it. Now, it just aside from the taste, it's really good for your health. It's good for women. The pH balance, it's good for that. Anybody that suffers from yeast infections or bacterial infections, I encourage you to add a cup of yogurt into your diet. Acidophilus, which is a bacteria that is needed, it is in yogurt. So get a cup of yogurt and eat that once a day. Now we can also wash our face. I like to use Caress. It's a nice soft soap. You can also use Dove as well, but I use Caress. Now I start off by washing my hands. If you're gonna wash your face, you gotta make sure your hands are clean. So get those hands clean. You wanna scrub. You wanna get the wrist area as well when washing your hands, because that's part of your hands, okay? Ladies, wash your hands correctly. I'm washing my hands. I'm getting under those fingernails. Rinse it off, and then you're gonna make sure you have your handy dandy white washcloth. Now we're gonna put that off to the side. We're gonna rinse our face before we start washing, and then we're just gonna take the soap and we're gonna start washing gently, washing the areas around your 5 o'clock shadow, get underneath those dark areas of the eyes, around the corners of the eyes, the forehead, the nose area, and just gently wash under the chin area. I'm just going in gently. I'm not rubbing my face hard at all because I don't want to over exfoliate my face, because you can actually burn your skin in that process. So you just want to make sure you're gentle when washing your face. So looks great. So now I'm going to rinse it off with warm water, and there we have it. That's the finished product. Now look how nice and clean and smooth. You can see I've been having some problems with some dark spots around my eyes. So I'm going to show you what I do with that. Now the white washcloth, we're just going to take that and dry our face by patting it dry. We're not going to rub or scrub or exfoliate. We're just going to towel, pat, and dry our face lightly, because we're going to moisturize our skin next with a moisturizer. So we want to make sure that our skin is dry so that we can take this Aveeno Stress Relief Moisturizing Lotion, and we're going to take that and just lotion your hands first, because we wash them. So we don't want them to be rough or dry when working with our face. So just make sure you lotion and get those hands softened up. So then I'm going to take the moisturizer and I'm going to put it on the tips of my hands, and I'm just going to rub that in my face, rub it all around, and I'm not rubbing it hard. I'm really gentle. I'm not going to apply too much pressure, because again, I don't want to burn or scrub my face. I just want to moisturize lightly. And I'm going to get all in the cracks and crevices, and take a look at that. Nice and fresh face. Looks great. Now those problem areas, I'm going to show you what I do with those problem areas around the eyes. They tend to get a little dark, so I'm going to show you what I do with that, the 5 o'clock shadow, and around the nose and the mouth area. So I like to take some castor oil. I use the organic castor oil, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to apply some of that in the palm of my hand, and I just like to rub it around a little bit, get it in my hands, and I like to put that on my face. I start off by rubbing it in my eye area, go upwards, work the skin upwards and out, up and out. And I like to just massage that. So this is what I use for the problem areas. Castor oil is very good for dark spots. It lightens up the dark spots. It also is great for hair growth, for your eyebrows, your eyelashes. It actually helps to thicken them up. So those dark areas around my eyes, I really go in with the castor oil. My 5 o'clock shadow, I really go in with the castor oil. Any of the problem areas, I like to put castor oil there, because it actually lightens up the dark patches. Now, the dryness that I experience around my nose, I always make sure I add it in those cracks. Now, I had a little burn area from over exfoliation, so I've been applying that there in the crevices and cracks and crevices around my nose. So I'm just going to keep massaging that in, really massaging it, doing well. You know, we're putting it on our forehead, getting it all massaged in. And the reason that I don't use it directly without a moisturizing lotion, I don't go right in with the castor oil because it is not a moisturizer. Oil is not really good for just moisturizing. So you're going to need a moisturizing agent before using the castor oil. So I'm using that last. So yes, I'm just going to keep rubbing that in and making sure that my skin is absorbing it, and I'm enjoying that in the process. This is called self-care, ladies, okay? We're taking our time. I'm scrubbing that in, rubbing it in my eyebrows so that it can grow those eyebrows. I have really thin eyebrows. So using that under my chin area also, I'm making sure I'm just getting everywhere. And I'm loving how it is actually lightening up my dark spots. It has lightened them up tremendously. If you can see that, you can see that there was some dark patches there, but you can see that they're getting lighter. So I've been working with this for maybe about a month now, and I am seeing a difference. So yeah, ladies, if you want to do this with your skin, just get some mild soap, Dove Caress, and get you some nice moisturizing lotion or a moisturizing agent, and castor oil works every time. So now I'm gonna remove my cap. I've done my 20 minutes, ate my yogurt, washed my face. So I'm gonna remove the claws from each section because now I'm going to actually stretch my hair. So I'm gonna get some hair ties, and I'm going to take each section and I'm going to clamp off each section with each hair tie. Now, I do not use rubber bands. These are the cloth hair ties, if you want to call them that, but these are not rubber bands. So I take each one and I'm going to section it off, tie it off with the hair tie. Now, this is a process of stretching your hair. This is how you're going to put up the mini twists for the night. You're going to take each piece and we're going to stretch it out so that they can appear longer. Keeping your hair in a stretched state actually helps with hair growth. So I take another hair tie and I'm just going to work my way down, work my way down, work my way down until I get to the tip. Now, this is what it should look like when you are done working your way down. You should have it stretched out. It should be Pippi Longstocking style, okay? Oh my God, Pippi Longstocking. I am showing my age, y'all. Just forget I said that. So I'm gonna just put each piece, tie it on up with a hair tie. I'm gonna get it pulled out as much as I can. And as you see, this side is longer. I always say this side is longer. You can see that I'm not having as much trouble as I had with the other side. So I'm gonna just take the other hair tie and I'm gonna just start tying it down and working my way down, working my way down. I'm doing the same process that I did on the first side. So, and you can see that this one is longer. So this side is definitely longer. So I have them, look at that, Pippi Longstocking. So then I'm gonna do the same to the back. And now, don't worry, ladies, we're not going to go outside with our hair like this. This is just the stretching process. And this is actually how I wear and maintain the mini twists at night. So that way, when I'm laying down, I'm not matting and getting them pressed to my head. Because my hair is thin, so if I did not stretch it out like this, my hair would be matted to my head. My twists would be really thin. They would not look like mini twist when I woke up, and then I would just be frustrated with the entire process. So I do not do that. I make sure that I don't skip this step. I stretch my hair out every night, and I do this process every day. So you can either leave them flying like that or you can bend them down, but I assure you, if you do not bend them down, they still are going to be straightened when you take out the hair ties. So you're just going to take your bonnet, you're going to put on your bonnet, and you are ready for the night. we are done. We have done all of our skincare. We ate our yogurt, we massaged our scalp, and we've talked a little bit about the importance of yogurt and what it does for our pH balance. So I'm just going to take out my earrings and I'm going to be done for the night and I'm going to go to bed. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't pay attention to those nails. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.